Chelsea players, listen up. After last night's defeat on penalties to Burnley, we're hoping to offer some words of wisdom. AFC Wimbledon have found a unique way to boost the players' confidence. Also, if you need some firewood chopping for the winter, you can head to Kings Meadow now. The reserve squad will be putting a theory to test as they smash through blocks of wood with their bare hands. To tell us more, we've got sports psychologist and football confidence coach Tom Bushnell and Don's reserve team coach Marcus Gale on the line. Tom, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm very well. What's the big idea here then?
Well, as you gave a good description of it, basically what it is to try and recreate that feeling of winning before you go out onto the pitch. So doing a board break or chopping up bits of wood with your bare hands is a way to get into such a state of belief and self-confidence and achieving something that almost seems difficult or impossible for most people to do, but when you're shown how you can do it. And it's the same thing, you take it out onto the pitch in football, people score goals and they celebrate and they go crazy, and it gives them a reason to feel confident and a reason to feel like a winner. So it's recreating that feeling before they go out onto the pitch. That's what it's about.
Tom, how did you figure all this out?
Well, I studied psychology, and then I went over to the States for a period, and I got more into the kind of motivational guru type of stuff over there, and had a look at it and got involved with it, and I found some things that worked for me personally, and I have a passion for football, and I love it, and I thought, well, I can take this to footballers and to sports people, and I work with golfers and businesses, school children, youth groups, etc. But I do have a passion for football, and I know when I was a kid, I used to get nervous in certain situations. When I played for the school team, sometimes I'd be rubbish, and it wasn't because I couldn't play, but it's because I just had that nervousness as a kid, and I didn't know how to control it. But then one year I had a manager, Mr. Williams, that picked me all the time, and it gave me self-belief, and I was in the team regularly, and I played well. But if I'd have known the things I did back then, I'd have been a much better player when I was a kid. And so it was learning to control your emotions and learning how to be the best when the pressure's on. And I think all of us as human beings can experience times of pressure in our own lives, but it's learning how to control that, and that's what I teach my clients. That's what I taught the boys today at Wimbledon.
Could you get Chelsea walking over hot coals to prepare them better for the penalties? Something like that? You know
what? It's funny you bring that up. I've done hot coals. I've done that 3 times. I've assisted on it as well. So, yeah, things like that do work. It takes a lot of logistics to set up hot coals, but the board break with the wood is something that you can do relatively simply, but it's very effective. And I've done it in the past with other teams. I've been hired by Millwall. We beat Watford when we did it, and Jimmy Quinn at Cambridge United, when he was the manager there, got me in, and we beat Woking. So, we've had some good results with it. It's a way, it's something different for people, and it gives them something to think about, and gives them that inner belief that we all need as humans. We all need that pick-me-up, and if people practice the emotional triad, is the psychological process I teach people. If people practice it on a day-by-day basis, then they can get mentally very strong.
Tom, you've got the former Dons legend alongside you, Marcus Gale, haven't you? Can we have a quick word with him?
I'll hand over to you.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's Marcus.
Marcus, good evening.
Oh, good evening to you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. My hands are a bit sore though.
Did you used to get
wood, that was breaking wood.
Did you used to get up to this sort of thing with the Crazy Gang? It sounds like one of their stunts.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We didn't have any wood to break back then. Another different motivational things, but the modern day thing now is probably breaking wood with Tom now.
Okay, so come on then. Are you really big on this kind of science of sports psychology and confidence? Do you buy into all of this sort of stuff, Marcus?
Yeah, it's vital. I've had a playing career, and I know at times I wasn't the most confident or didn't have enough knowledge about the game or whatever, but I found when I did apply the psychology side to it, my confidence grew, my performances got steadier, and I had that more self-belief before each game.
When I think about who you played alongside for the Crazy Gang, I mean, you guys didn't really need any boosting psychologically, really. You guys were bursting, weren't you?
Yeah, we was always pretty hyper before a game. That was because of how Joe was and the characters we had at the change room and things like that. So we had a pretty energetic gang of players there, and I'm just trying to recreate just little things of togetherness with my little squad here I've got.
And how do you think Joe Kinnear, your former boss, is getting on at Newcastle? It came out of the blue a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, we can send some boards up if he wants. Pack a few of them over there, Ed, or something.
Maybe he'll be getting some blocks of wood as well. And with you as the reserve team coach at AFC, is there plans to go into management afterwards? Should Terry Brown be looking over his shoulder?
My dreams are to manage as high as I can. Been given a great opportunity at AFC Wimbledon to manage the reserve, so it's a good breeding ground for me here. I know the club inside out. I've played there for the last season anyway, so I'm looking to improve myself gradually and make it to the top.
Well, there you go. That's Marcus Gale and also Tom Bushell talking to us tonight about how it helps on the football pitch if you've chopped a couple of bits of wood with your hands before you go on the pitch. Apparently it works. Who am I to say otherwise? This is the BBC London 94.9 Sports Show tonight with Sarah Orchard and Andy Rowley.